everybody, this is Jill Sabella with Sabella Styles. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how to make this card for Thanksgiving that is showing off the Eclipse technique. And we'll be using the Painted Harvest stamp set, which does bundle with our new leaf punch. And then also I'm going to be using the thanks comes from All Things Thanks. I'm just using this portion of the word and we're going to color it with a pen. And we're also using our large letter framelits. It's a huge pack, every letter in it, and it is really awesome. It is expensive, but it's way worth it. I've used it a ton. I've made some other cards with it. Here's another card using that same flower, and I turned it into a wreath and the letters as well. And then the same Eclipse technique, this card with the Bethlehem scene. Here's some other cards I did too with the stamp set, the Harvest stamp set. There's the little hedgehog and these just different other color flowers to show you can do. It doesn't just have to be a fall set. So let me go ahead and get started to show you how we're going to do this. And oh, I also did this card. I put a little Wink of Stella on the flowers as well, which is fun. So let's get started on that card. And what you're going to need is a piece of, this is the thick vanilla, very vanilla card base. And it's measured at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then I also use the very vanilla for the top layer in the thick cardstock. And it measures at 5 by 3 3/4. This is a piece of Always Artichoke, and it measures at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then a little scrap that measures about like 3.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And again, these dimensions will be at the end of the video. But for that, we'll go ahead and get started. And we need to use this white, or the vanilla piece, excuse me, first. And I like to use a pad underneath my photopolymer stamps so that they do get stamped well and receive the whole image. First, we're going to start with the crushed curry. And you'll notice, I'll show you these stamps. There's the larger, the more of the inside detail, and then this is the inside of the flower. So we're using the larger one, and we're going to stamp it, ink it up on the crushed curry, and put one over here. And then we're going to ink it up again, and then slightly just turn it, and layer it right over that other one too. Just gives a little more depth and dimension to that, that flower. So we'll do it again in 3 different spots, leaving some room over here for the thanks. Oh, let me move my paper up and do the last one. Okay, so we're done with that, with the crushed curry. And then we'll go ahead and use the, this is Cajun Craze I have here, and we'll use the middle piece to give the accent. That's what really turns this flower into something beautiful. Okay, and I only stamped those once. And then we'll go ahead and use, this is chocolate chip for the center. And we have the centerpiece and then the little dots. I'll do that too. I kind of have them on the same block just to make it quicker for myself. But just stamp that once down in the middle of every one of these flowers. And then we'll do the little dots in the center there. Okay, so that is finished. And then to get the stamped image of the thanks, we're going to color this with one of our Stampin' Right markers. I'm going to use the thicker tip and just make sure that this area is all clean so that it does not get stamped off. We don't want those words to show, just the thanks. So I'm just kind of brushing on. And then we'll go ahead and breathe on it a little bit, give it some more moisture, and stamp it down. Okay, and then the fun part comes. What you're going to need is you're going to need your magnetic base. I'm going to move this out of the way. And you'll need your magnetic platform and then a one of your clear pieces, standard cutting plates. And then you're going to just lay this here And you're going to line up the words on the magnetic plate right over the stamped images you created. So get that lined up just how you want it. And once you do that, you'll put the top cutting plate on and keep it, well, see, I moved it. But you want to make sure that it's sitting right on the big shot, and go ahead and roll it through. And I've already done it, so I'll show you what I did. Here we go. And you end up like this with these pieces, like so. So the first thing you're going to do is you'll take that card base you had, and you go ahead and we will adhere this piece of Always Artichoke down. Oops. Okay. So get that down there, centered on the vanilla piece. Okay, and then I'm going to adhere this down as well. See on the back I messed up. Had to do it over. It's the awesome thing about our paper is you can do it over. Can't even see what I did. Okay, so get that down, center that. And I forgot to put a little piece of that there. Hold down the V. And then what you're going to use to adhere your letters is our foam adhesive strips. And I just found them to be a little bit better than the dimensionals just because they were a little higher. And because they were skinny, I was able to get them fitting on the back of the letters. I guess I'll use this. I really just put little strips behind each letter. Kind of sat it next to it and kind of eyeballed it when I cut them. And the thing is about these, you can kind of curve them if you need to as well. The V, I just put one here, and then I just put a little one up top, like this. Okay, and then we'll do the E. And I really just put one on the sides on that, like that. Okay, and then the trick to give it that illusion is to slightly, when you put it down over your other letter, you move it slightly to the right, and then you can see that little shadow behind it. So do the same thing with the I. The I is the only one you need to make sure you have it right and that matches with the flowers you've stamped, because it could be turned around. You want to make sure that's not turned around. Get the V ready to stick on. Okay, and so there you have it. That's your card in the essence. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit of extra touch to it. We're going to use the leaf stamp that comes with the set. It has a solid set stamp and then also the veins of the leaf. We're going to use just the veins and the Always Artichoke on the Always Artichoke paper cardstock. And I'm just going to stamp this down here. And again, I should probably be doing this on the pad, but I forgot to put it here, so we'll be fine. And then you'll take our punch and just line it up. Okay, and the best thing to do with those is get some glue dots. And I'll stick this right here and pull that glue dot off. And I'm going to stick it right under the V. And the best way to get that stuck too is just use your scissors to kind of press it down since you can't get your fingers underneath there. And another one underneath the eye. And there you have it. There's your little card. You can do a sentiment inside. I might do it in the green. This one says, "I'm thankful for you." I'm going to do it in the artichoke. The inside, just to top it off. And there is your fun card. Again, the directions will be at the end of the video. And if you'd like to visit my website, it is sabellastyles.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.